All right. All right, we're good. Check, check, check. All right, good. All right, here we go. All right, good morning, everybody. This is Chase fan number 9 here, and today we kick off the 2026 NTT IndyCar season at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg in St. Petersburg, Florida. This race will be your typical 100 lap road slash street course race. Should be fun. Well, what else more to say? Last time we saw the IndyCar guys on track, Alex Palou claimed his was it third consecutive championship in a row. He's now going for 4 in a row this year, and he's trying to become a 5-time championship or 5-time champion. My apologies. But who knows what we'll have in store for this season? Um, he's still driving for the same team, Chip Ganassi Racing, as always, in the number 10. I think he'll still be sponsored by DHL, but anyways, you bring up. All right. All right. It's not every day I bring up Wikipedia, but since last season ended, a good handful of drivers have switched rides or moved to different rides, I should say. And we also got some newcomers as well. Let's start off with the rookies. We got I think it's pronounced Cal Collette driving the number 4 for AJ Foyt Enterprises. We got Dennis Hogger in the number 19 for Dale Coyne Racing. And then we got Mick Schumacher driving the number 47 for Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing. I never thought I'd see the day a Schumacher would race an IndyCar because, as we all know, Michael Schumacher, Mick's father, raced in F1 for a long time. And then Mick drove in F1 a few years ago for the Haas team. And then after he left, he became like a reserve driver or development driver, whatever you want to call it. Then he now here he is in IndyCar. Um, I like all three of them. They seem worthy of good results this year, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Hogger will most likely win Rookie of the Year, but I could be proven wrong. So, yeah. Anyways, let's move over to the drivers who switched rides. The first of those being Will Power. Yes, Will Power now drives for Andretti Global. For someone who's been with Team Penske since the start, you think that's where he would stay for the rest of his career, but last year or two, he had been put in a position where he had to show that he was still worthy of a ride at Team Penske, and thankfully he was able to win at Portland last year. That was his last one with Team Penske. I guess it was just that time, but it is what it is. He's driving the 26 car that was previously driven by Colton Herta, who now moves over to F1. He's just not full time over there. I think he's like a development driver or something. So yeah. Let's see. McLaren, my favorite guy, my top driver, Pato Ward. He's going to continue driving the number 5 as always, and his teammates will remain in their respective spots. Brian Hunter-Ray will race the Indy 500 in the 31. The Ganassi lineup the same. David Malukas was the previous driver, the number 4. Let's jump to him. He now takes over the number 12 seat that was previously driven by Will Power. I hope Will, Dave Malukas or David Malukas can get his first win with the team because he definitely deserves it more just as much as anyone else. Anyways, let's see. Oh yeah, Roman Grosjean is back. Yep, I never thought I'd see the day Roman Grosjean would return to IndyCar, but he's back. It's definitely quite a surprise for sure. So yeah, he's driving number 18 for Dale Coyne. Last time we saw him, he previously drove for Andretti and was it Rick Ware Racing's team. So yeah, can't wait to see what Roman Grosjean does. Not to mention he and Dennis Hogger made the Firestone Fast Six in qualifying earlier. Renus VK now drives for Guncoast Hollinger Racing. He's teammates with Stingray Robb. Graham Rahal, Louis Foster remain in the same spot. Louis Foster is a veteran now in IndyCar. And then Team Penske, aside from Malukas, remains the same. Yeah, I hope Penske can have a good season this year because last year, man, my God, it was atrocious. Definitely a season they want to forget, that's for sure. As you can see, teams teams like wait a minute. Yeah, Prema Racing and that Rick Ware Racing team, as you can see, not on here. Yep, I don't think we'll be seeing them for some time, but they'll be back. I hope. So it says here that February 25th, it was confirmed via IndyCar's entry list and grid space allocations that Prema Racing would miss at least the opening round at St. Petersburg amidst reports the founding Rosen family departing the organization after financial challenges. Okay. So yeah, looks like we won't be seeing them for a little bit. Yeah, Colton Herta is driving for Cadillac's Formula One team. Or, well, he's their test driver. I hope Colton Herta comes back one of these days. All right, so that pretty much explains the field. Hello, Jay the Rail fan, and welcome to the live stream. Let me bring up the. Oh, nice! You got a high rail truck. Yeah, it's not every day people like us catch those. especially since they tend to show up unannounced. But that's just how it is. As you can see, the leaderboard is showing the results of the Indy NXT race, which just wrapped up not too long ago. I didn't watch the race, but you kind of get the point. I need to watch one of these Indy NXT races one of these days. I still haven't done that yet. So I haven't done that yet. Oh well, Amtrak 50 will come back again. Hello, Shahir. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, just give a moment. The IndyCar leaderboard will update. So the O'Reilly Auto Parts race. So yeah, I didn't watch it because I was somewhere else. I was at a Comic Con event at Stockton Arena. So yeah, I wasn't able to watch it, but I kept track of it every once in a while. Um, SVG1, I kind of saw it coming. I know he's a cup leech and all that, but look, but it is what it is. I've already. I'm not going to keep rehash. We've already rehashed the same message about them not wanting to be in the lower. It's not good. It's not going to happen because yeah, Scott McLaughlin's on pole today. I have him as my favorite for today. He definitely he. I mean, McLaughlin went winless last year, aside from his two teammates. So yeah, he definitely deserves a better season. What? No, I haven't. Yeah, there's a lot of drivers who haven't. Oh, here we go. Did you see that, folks? The IndyCar leaderboard updated by itself, and I didn't even have to refresh the thing. All right, so okay, Marcus Ericsson is on the front row. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the full results yet until just now. Dennis Hogger third. Okay, Roman Grosjean sixth, Alex Palou fourth, David Malukas fifth. Okay, I'm digging this lineup. Let's see, Marcus Armstrong, Pat Ward, Louis Foster, Kiffin Simpson. Okay, Will Power starting 13th. Okay, could be worse. Mick Schumacher 21st. Okay. Damn, Rossi starting dead last. Oh well. Your internet was acting weird again, man. Man, I hope you get your situation resolved. At this rate, if yeah, if those internet problems get any worse, yeah, I would just replace the whole system because I'm not sure how. I mean, I mean, well, oh, oh, David Malukas. Okay, he's from Chicago. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, if my internet was acting weird to a certain degree where it's happening consistently, then yeah, I honestly I would just get a whole new system, but that would be kind of pricey though. It'd be kind Yeah, also I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life outside of YouTube, so I'm just trying to be 100%. I'm trying to give it 100% to. Feature.
Call right now to get $300 off any plan. Brace your taste buds. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket comes with cool DQ soft serves and dip for just $6.99. And one of our new Tahini lemonades. It's the new spicy bagel, only for a limited time.
This is the story of the one. The one who knows the unexpected can put everything on the line. But with a teammate like Granger, she's confident that she will always win the day. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
That's why it's a basketball field of dreams. It's like one of the greatest stories in sports.
Stop. There is a before.
I'm not coming.
You have to get it. We cannot get anything.
Hold on.
To get California stuff. Call right up. Fox 40 Plus. Download now on Roku, Fire, and Apple TV.
I don't want it. I don't want to be Grandma's present. Hurry up. Hurry up. Shoot.
2026 IndyCar Series title. So let's take a look at how they line up on the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Starting grid. Alexander Rossi, Nevada City, California, VCR. Kyle Kodak, São Paulo, Brazil, AJ Plate. Joseph Newgarden, Nashville, Tennessee, Team Penske. Nolan Siegel, Palo Alto, California, Aaron McLaren. Nick Schumacher, Germany, Rail, 90 Racing. Stingray Rob, Hayat, Idaho, Lucas Hollinger Racing. Prix VK, Hogarth, the Netherlands, Lucas Hollinger Racing. Graham Rahal, Columbus, Ohio, Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing. Tatina Ferrucci, Woodbury, Connecticut, AJ Foot Racing. Scott Dixon, Auckland, New Zealand, Chip Ganassi Racing. Tom Kirkwood, Jupiter, Florida, Andretti Global. Christian Rasmussen, Copenhagen, Denmark, PCR. Will Powell, Woolworth, Australia, Andretti Global. Christian Lundgaard, Hedensted, Denmark, Aaron McLaren. Felix Rosenqvist, Värnamo, Sweden, Mike
I'm so angry. Very angry.
Louis Foster,
Still angry. I don't want to miss.
Monterrey, Mexico, Aaron McLaren. Marcus Armstrong,
Then how happened for them?
Romain Grosjean,
It's to me.
Switzerland. David Malukas, Chicago, Illinois, Team Penske. Defending IndyCar champion, Alex Palou, Barcelona, Spain. Van Sauer, our school of Norway, Delcorn Racing. Marcus Ericsson, Gumla, Sweden, Andretti Global. Scott Cochran, Christchurch, New Zealand, Team Penske. And that is how they will line up here for the season opener of the NTT IndyCar Series. Now let's go trackside for the command. It's time to get the command for the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Please welcome your Grand Marshal, Coach John Bruton. Drivers, start your engine! Well, guys, I'm just going to shit it down with my spine. There's no greatest sound than that sound. 25 IndyCar engines firing up at the start of the season. I can't wait to get this thing underway. 25 2.2 liter turbocharged V6 engines fired up and ready to go. And you know that turn one here, it's not just an interesting turn one because it's coming off a runway into a tight city street. It's the very first corner of the season. It's been 6 months since these guys have gone racing. It's interesting to see what happens when they all plow down there for the first time. Well, one of the guys we're excited to watch if you start naming
All right. Cars are rolling off pit road.
Hey, Pono Award, it's Townsend and your friends in the Fox booth. You copy? Yeah, I copy. Hey, but long off season, the last time we saw you on Fox, you were driving a garbage truck. What's it like to be back in your IndyCar? You start to get some moves to make. You know, a lot of people wonder what's your play in the first corner. It's so wide on the runway. Any kind of plan you're making right now? Don't screw up. Words of wisdom. Have a great race, my friend. We'll see you afterwards. Dialed in. Love that for Pato. As he circulates around this circuit, why don't we take a closer look at the circuit with the Honda track preview. 14 turns, 1.8 miles here around the streets of St. Petersburg, and as we talked about, that long front straight down the runway into the tight braking turn one, best place for overtaking, and it's all compromised through two and then flat out through turn three on the backstretch. Yeah, that turn three, one of the most treacherous in the world of street racing. Then you get down to turn four, it's super bumpy right there as you get on the brakes, try to make a move, and then it narrows up through the canyons, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all the way to turn 9. Important to get that good run off at turn 9, just keep down the back straight along the water, flat out into turn 10. We've seen a lot of issues there, not just in practice, throughout races in the past. Flat out to the 11-12 chicane and qualifying it into that crucial final sector. Yeah, that brake zone for 13 is tricky as well. If you lock up the tire, it's easy to slide wide and onto the grass. St. Pete, 1.8 miles, 25 cars. Get ready for chaos. So changes with the tire rules and entire compounds over the winter. Kevin, I know you can tell us more, so why don't we take a look at the tyres? The Tyre Talks, sponsored by Firestone. And there's also a new technology with Firestone called Enlighten. It's all part of their efforts to create more sustainability. And as you mentioned, there is a new rule this year. Each team must use 2 sets of socks. Those are the wet sidewalk tires. And we go to Joseph Newgarden's pits, and he has a plethora of them because he didn't advance through qualifying. He has 3 sets, which opens up the options. It can be a 2-stop race on fuel. The big question coming in, though, are the softs going to last long enough, more than 30 laps, to be able to make that happen? A lot of unknowns. We shall soon see. To Georgia Henneberry.
The one thing we do know is Scott Dixon is a 6-time series champion, and if that stat doesn't impress you enough, he has 21 straight seasons with a win. But he hasn't won here on the streets of St. Petersburg. He's been 5th, or he's been 2nd 5 times, 8 times on the podium, but has not gotten that win. Today it's going to be challenging for him. He starts down in the 16th position, but they're fast, they're confident, and we know anyone can do it from later in the field. It's Scott Dixon. Jeff.
Thanks to the driver I'm watching today, Marcus Ericsson. He started on the outside of the front row. But one of the coolest things about Marcus this weekend, he has a partnership with the Peyton's Children's Hospital, and through that, the ambassador program, and people are designing hats, baseball hats for Marcus to wear and represent throughout this entire season. And I just think that's a really great story for a really great guy. Yeah, a lovely story, Jeff. You right on board with Marcus Ericsson, courtesy of Delaware. Right, Liverpool 2025 are going to bounce back and starting from the front foot in second place on that front row of the grid. Scott McLaughlin will start from pole. They pull up now behind the 2026 Honda Civic Type R, which leads the field around Hinch. Townsend, this is the moment we have been waiting for 6 long months. 6-1, Mike, these drivers are itching to go. They've done a little bit of testing in the offseason, especially these last few weeks, but nothing substitutes.
All right, here we go.
The adrenaline rush you feel going into that first turn. And you heard the wisdom from Ronald Ward, don't screw up. The question is that same voice in the other 24 drivers' heads as they get an opportunity on the widest straightaway we see all season? Some seeking redemption, everyone.
All right, pace car heads to pit road. Here they come through the final corner. Scott McLaughlin, Marcus Ericsson on the front row. Here they come down the front straightaway. Green flag. The 2026 NTT IndyCar Series season is officially underway. We are green at St. Petersburg. And McLaughlin's going to be clear of second place. Oh, 3 wide. Oh, that's a little tight. Oh, we got cars. Oh, Jesus. We got cars piling up already. Jesus. It's Mick Schumacher, Santino Ferrucci, and that's Stingray Ross. Yeah.
Launched off the back of Ferrucci. Emma Dixon, wife of Scott Dixon, looks relieved. Guys, we talked so much about turn 1 being chaos. The thing about turn 4 is it tightens way up. Turn 1 is so wide. You can run through there 2 wide, 3 wide. We saw 3 wide through turn 4 just ahead of these cars. But once one gets into the barrier, it usually bounces back. Half the track width is gone, and there's often some innocent bystanders in that. So let's take a look. And everybody weaving down into turn 4. Keep your eyes towards the rear of the field. That's where it's all going to happen. You see that 3 wide happen before. Okay, so it's Ferrucci and Stingray Robb side by side going in. And Mick Schumacher.
I'm not sure if they'll be able to continue.
Mick Schumacher, son of 7-time Formula 1 world champion Michael Schumacher, making his IndyCar debut over before it started. And Innocent Vincent really in that.
I'm not sure about the 1477.
Whoa. Mama cooking 85 lives here?
Yep, that's my mom. The absolute legend went from getting on her phone to ruthless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys. Apples with peanut butter?
is this possible? AT&T Wireless and Home Internet.
Hey, text me if you need anything.
Level up your connection with AT&T Wireless and Home
Well,
Internet.
this is
Now
not a
available across
surprise.
Oh, she's so nice.
Diabetes? It's complicated. It feels like if you aren't perfect, you aren't making progress. But progress doesn't mean changing your life in a day.
I feel like the
Progress
14
is
could,
making
and the
coffee
others
like you
could
like it,
continue, but
without an
whatever.
audience. It's turning charts and numbers into confident choices. And one little sensor in the back of your arm can help you live with diabetes on your terms. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. This is progress. Try for free at freestylelibre.us.
This baseball begins Sunday, March 22nd on Fox.
In California, we pay twice as much for electricity as the average in the United States. We have twice as many blackouts and brownouts as governor. I will break up the electric monopolies in the state. I'm going to cut utility rates by 25%.
In all you do, your heart's with you. Pounding, fluttering, melting, singing. And we want to understand it on every level. So every single day, we're at the forefront, advancing, transforming, treating, combining human kindness and clinical excellence. Also, you know that here, your heart's in the right place.
In life, you get out what you put in. Time, effort, dedication. On the track, in the garage, in your vehicle. When you choose living soil, your vehicle delivers. Mile after mile. Generation after generation. Lessons learned, passion earned. Lucas Oil, it works. In California, we pay twice as much for electricity as the average in the United States. We have twice as many blackouts and brownouts as governor. I will break up the electric monopolies in the state. I'm going to cut utility rates by 25%.
The After Show with Nikki and Eric. Weekdays at 7:30 p.m. only on Fox 40 Plus.
Welcome back to the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg on Fox, presented by Pods. The AMR safety crew doing a great job to clean up the mess down there at turn 4. Mick Schumacher out, Santino Ferrucci out, Stingray Rob involved in that accident as well, managing to get away again. We ride on board here with Santino Ferrucci. Listen to the tyre squeal. That's the tire squeal from Stingray Rob, who was all locked up on cold tires and just kept going straight with the tire lock, took out Ferrucci and Mick Schumacher. But James, you were excited about the start. Yeah, the young Kiwi right here, Marcus Armstrong in that white and red car goes down the inside of David Malukas, and Romain Grosjean pulls off both of those moves. He got another car then into turn 4 ahead of that accident that caused a yellow up to P4 for the Meyer-Shank driver. Great start from Armstrong. He's telling us before the race if he wins this one, he's going to charter a flight to Vegas. Marcus Armstrong, who is yet to win a race in the NTT IndyCar Series, but is so highly regarded, had a brilliant off-season of testing, and really arrived here high on confidence as to what the team could achieve. We are under full course yellow. A couple of drivers have come in to take a stop though, under the full course caution, and that is Scott Dixon and Alexander Rossi to get rid of alternate tyres and jump onto the primary. I mean, this track, obviously a difficult one, has never run caution-free in the 23 years we've run it. We had only one caution last year, went green the rest of it, but here, this is on board from Stingray. You can see immediately he locks up that outside front first, the left front, and just so much speed, head of steam, Ferrucci nowhere to go. Upward for Great Hall. There you see Stingray lunging in there, locked up. Ferrucci had gone long as well. He had locked up. And you see the tire smoke up in front, and Siegel able to just stay low and out of the front. It looked to me like Ferrucci must have had a spotter in his ear telling him to stay wide, because they saw Stingray coming with a head of steam there. I would have liked to see Mick Schumacher stay in the car to see if it was drivable, because I didn't think the contact was that hard, but either way, Georgia, he is out. What can you tell us about Dixon?
I can tell you Dixon's back on pit lane. This is now his second stop. What I've heard over the radio is that he's going to top off on fuel and change the left rear tire on that car. That's the only tire sitting out there right now. Mike Hall was pretty honest with us earlier and said it's going to be a roulette day on tires, so right now that's what I think is necessary.
When they say a roulette day on tires, they just don't get enough practice to really see how long that those alternates are going to run down, what kind of degradation we're going to see. So this is a great call from the PNC Bank crew. Mike Hall called strategy for Dixon as he has for so long with so much success, but he's now satisfied one of the two sets of the stops that he has to use, and by topping up on fuel, he can make this easily now on 2 more stops. So strategy already starting to work itself out here in St. Pete. Scott McLaughlin will take us back.
All right, going back to green.
Hey, Caroline, I'll see you later.
All right, Mom.
Barnstorming start in sport, and it's rookie Dennis Alga, David Malukas, Romain Grosjean, Louis Foster, Felix Rosenquist, and Pato O'Rourke, who's lost 2 places from his P8 starting point. McLaughlin gets his foot to the floor. We have a green flag, and once again, we're racing. Joining on board with the pole singer, and our race leader. Well, we run down to turn 1. Malukas with a big lockup.
Malukas going in with the big lockup.
Almost contacted behind by Romain Grosjean as again they file through the tricky turn 2 and turn 3. And here at Stingray Rock, he did manage to continue, will be given a penalty for avoidable contract. Yeah, easy call there for the Stewards. We see big lunge now. That's Will Power on the inside of Kevin Simpson. He's got those hard tires, and you can tell on the exit, trying to get back to Power. TWJ AI on board showing us now, looking back at Kippen, who's been having a great weekend himself. Nice to see Will Power confident and aggressive early. It's been a tough weekend for him, finding the balance and the chemistry in his new team. But in the cockpit, we know he's fierce, making moves. He's up to 13. Not just confident on the brakes, which has been the #1 issue on that 26 machine this weekend. Well, not just for Will Power. We saw the Lucas lock up there. Stingray obviously with the massive one there at the start of the race. So several drivers trying to find the feel of those front tires as we take a look at David Malukas. Just recently here in turn 1, there's that left front. That's a big flat spot, James.
Yeah, that's not gonna feel great once you're going 180 miles an hour. You can see he gets onto that paint, and as soon as he crosses onto the paint that left front, you can see the vibration in the wheel.
Yeah, that's going to make for a long first spin wheel. If the vibration is as big as I would expect, it's kind of a miserable situation.
Stinger Rob got penalty for avoidable contact.
No such problems for Scott McLaughlin, leading by just under a second for Marcus Ericsson, who has his mirrors full. But one man that you really don't want to have stuck behind you. 4-time champion Alex Palou on the hunt.
It's happened nine times in the last 23 races at St. Petersburg. There's been a crash on the first lap.
7 places, Marcus Armstrong hinges Jubal Racing up 3 places. He now sits behind Alex Palou. Lovely start from him. And the Dale Coy drivers, Hauger. As Will Power has to defend from Kippen Simpson, who's trying to take that place back. They'll go front wide. And Simpson does take the place back. That's racing for Kippen Simpson.
We told you that they've been very quick this weekend.
Kippen Simpson, oh, that's a late move from Venus VK. Very late move on Carl Kirkwood.
That's impressive, though. The driver in his second season here putting moves on a 2-time champion, using those soft tires to his benefit. We'll be right on board now. Courtesy of James William, Kirkwood's car, the teammate of Will Power. Had an issue in qualifying, was quick all through practice, couldn't put it together yesterday for that lap, but we know there's pace in this car.
The Andretti's have always been so strong on street circuits. Got to say, for Venus VK, though, to be up there and fighting with him. VK started down in 19th place, had a great opening numbers. And VK now will be going on to Will Power. Grosjean has made a move on to Lucas, but Lucas has forfeited a position back.
And remember, all these drivers have a little tool at their disposal called push to pass. They get 150 seconds of extra boost, gives a little extra horsepower, about 50 extra horsepower on top of the hybrid boost that they get every lap. And managing that push to pass is so crucial in these races. You need it to make overtakes, you need it to defend, but you also need it during in and out laps on these green flag pit cycles, which we're going to see coming around lap 25, lap 30.
Nobody's used quick to pass more in the top 10 with David Malukas so far. He's burning about 15 seconds of push to pass. Aggressively trying to squeeze everything he can. Of course, you pay the price later if you use too much early. You don't have much to defend with down the stretch. Kevin.
Well, unfortunately, the season over is without a lap completed for Santino Ferrucci. Any chance at all of making it through?
No. Honestly, I had an okay start, but it's a 100-lap race, 3 stops. Everybody's on their strategies. There's no need to pop 15th or wherever on lap 1. I mean, it's just really not.
I'm sorry, got some issues with Kevin's microphone there. I hope you'll be able to hear from Santino in a little bit. I got the basic gist of that. Yeah, I got the basic. Not a happy bunny. And you can see why all that work, all the anticipation coming into the season, had it done at turn 4 by opportunistic move.
I don't think he was attempting to pass anybody. I think he just made a straight up mistake. That wasn't a pass gone wrong. That was just a sweep of the wheels, so to speak, being a little bit too aggressive on that first lap. When you talk about the anticipation, it's a 6-month off season. You do all that prep, you've done your testing, you're finally at the first race. Think about Mick Schumacher. Doesn't even get a single lap in his first IndyCar race. So going out on lap 1 of race 1 is just one of the worst feelings that a driver can experience.
You were mentioning that perhaps the car from Mick was salvageable. He comes from a European form of racing where if you have a crash like that on the opening lap, it's pretty much day done. Well, it's not unlikely for the team to receive the car back from the safety team and take a look at everything and say, you know what, let's put a front wing on, let's put Mick Schumacher out there right now. Even if he's 15 laps down, give the rookie laps. Get out of the way when the leaders come through, but let him run the distance. They'll evaluate the car and I'm sure make that decision if it's safe to do so. The driver like Mick Schumacher, all about reps at the moment. The other lap 1 denies him that chance to burn this championship. He's very excited about joining the Formula F1. A low endurance championship driver joins the IndyCar. James, I am so impressed right now with what Marcus Ericsson is doing to just hang right there with
Hello, Mark. Welcome to a live stream.
Certainly a championship favorite. And Marcus Ericsson, the Indy 500 winner.
This is why you tune in when it's a big. This is why all. That's what.
David Malukas, meanwhile, has had contact to the left front. I'm not sure that's just a flat spot issue.
The flat spot may have worn all the way down. That massive flat spot we saw in turn 1.
Man, this is why these race NASCAR, IndyCar, they have websites where you can check to see.
And that flat spot just continued to develop into a much
Well,
bigger issue.
that's the race, not on me. And also, I'm pretty sure all of you have like, I don't know, like a full day to check to see when my stream's still. And with that said, y'all can get the idea of when the race will actually start.
Is he going to make it? No, he's got to take the overshoot.
So all on for David Malukas, and it all stemmed from that moment down at turn 1 a few laps ago.
We can see on our marching ant that he has managed to reverse out of the runoff. He is now running, trying to get back to pit lane. But these leaders are quickly going to be on the gearbox of that 12 machine. He's going to have to pay. You see him here now through turn 10. You got to be so delicate when the car's riding around on 3 tires like that.
Leaders are at 9. This is tricky here because the leaders are coming. His teammate, McLaughlin, now coming through turn 10, and luckily I think Malukas is just going to make it here around. He might get in the way though. It could be dicey. It's going to be nip and tuck.
Leaders are coming up on the 12.
This is clear. But he'll go at least a lap down.
He'll lose the lap.
There he is.
13 laps into this race. You can still come back from that. You can still get lots of yellows here at St. Pete, but you can also go the rest of this race green. That's what happened last year. First lap caution
followed by a lot of green flag running. There has never been a race here in St. Pete without at least one yellow flag. We've already had that one. And, well, this is Jerry Winston at the 94 Club, IndyCar's newest premium hospitality experience, enjoying this time with Kip and Simpson. We'll be back to St. Pete.
For 125 years, Firestone has been building tires with one thing in mind: delivering dependable, durable products that last. Because times may change, but being reliable shouldn't. For dependability that matches yours,
Thank you. That's my favorite.
Firestone, always dependable since 1900.
Over here, we have our break room.
Oh, great. I would love a latte. Or a nice coffee?
We don't have that. I'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Don't get burned by your old coffee. Switch to Java House. Just peel and pour over ice water. Or try it hot. No machine required. Authentically cold brewed in small batches for premium barista quality coffee.
There was just the one on the first lap.
Amazingly smooth.
Just one crash involving Stingray Rob, Ferrucci, and Mick Schumacher. That's been it.
So we set out to test the all-new Prix for joy, excitement, and exhilaration, and found that it's not just the way our vehicles move, but the way they make you feel that makes them a Honda. Honda, proud partner, Team USA.
From green pastures to roaring tracks, there's a strength that never falters. A legacy shaped by those who came before us.
Yeah, Stingray Rob got a penalty for avoidable contact.
That fuels this nation. It's the work we're proud to carry on. This is Good Ranchers, proud partner of IndyCar.
Whether you're a professional technician or simply take pride in maintaining your own cars, Harbor Freight offers quality auto tools to meet your every need at prices that can't be beat. From rapid pump jacks to mechanics tool sets, whatever you need, we've got it. Whatever you do it for less. Harbor Freight, your automotive destination.
Well, folks, the stage is set for a weekend where IndyCar and NASCAR go back to back on one track. IndyCar on Saturday, NASCAR on Sunday. From Phoenix Raceway, it's the Desert Double on Fox. NASCAR champion of Fox, NASCAR analyst Clint Wales climbs back into a race car for a thrill ride in the fastest seat in the sports. From about St. Peter's, we pick up Louis Foster. Field raider with Pato O'Ward strapping on the 7th, 8th, and 9th place. We're on board with Pato, fastest in practice this morning. Guy who had a horrible time in St. Pete last year, qualified down in 23rd, but fought his way back to 11th. He does know how to pass on these streets. The town that we spoke to him as he was riding out to take the start. We spoke to him after practice this morning. There was an element of confidence there to him that he had a car to fight to. Yeah, he feels like he's maybe a couple bits of a second average off of what McLaughlin and Ericsson's cars were capable of, but that was in qualifying pace. Racing pace, completely different. So for Pato O'Ward, who's become such a professor of this sport over the last couple of years and so much more analytical than he was as a rookie, I think he's really thinking about hitting his marks, fuel numbers, all of that. Remember, it's a 100-lap race, so if you can go 33 laps per stint, you can do this in 2 stops. Pato running on the harder black tire right now, but he will have a chance to maybe go soft to finish. You've got to run the soft compound twice in this race. You meant to see the graphic up on the right there. The drivers on the move today. Joseph Newgarden, the biggest mover of all, but 2 in that number, both from the same team. ECR, Alexander Rossi, and Christian Rasmussen. A lot of confidence from both of those drivers coming into the season. There is Rasmussen down in 10th place. Rossi is absolutely firing through the field at the moment. I thought he changed from the soft to the hard. He's actually opted to stay on the soft, which means as per these new regulations, he would have run both sets. No, he is on the hard as well. He's going to be getting information on that. So soft to hard for Alexander Rossi, exactly as the Scott Dixon and Scott soft to the hard we right on board. With Alexander Rossi here to drive the Euro very, very well. His confidence levels coming into this season, 1 high. Very high. This team's done a lot of work in the offseason. I love this. The Ironman cam, the driver's on board. Java has given us these pictures right now. This is awesome seeing all this information while you're seeing what the driver is seeing. But to your point, well, this team's done a lot of work. Alex very happy after testing. The reason why we're seeing him on hards is because momentarily, he was actually in pit stones, in fact, onto the hard. So he's done his 2 suits on soft. Now he's on the hards, and per the regulations, it's good to go. I hear some tires still out of my window down here at turn 1. Not sure if anybody ran deep or maybe just got squirrely through there, but there is Alexander Rossi, James, ahead of one of the things that this is an issue to watch is the crossover point with tires. We're about lap 19. We heard that right about now is when the tires for the softs might start giving up. Louis Foster's been on the radio according to his speed. Let's listen to what he says about tires. There you go, tires are starting to go, so that's the crossover point. So how bad is it getting for Louis Foster? Well, he just did a 103.5. The leader just did a 103.9. So tires aren't going that much for Louis Foster. His pace still looks very competitive. Louis Foster starting his 2nd season in the sport. Had a pole position to this day. 1 lap pace, never Louis Foster's issue here. It was always about tyre management and trying to really read the races and hang on to his tyres. So far today, doing a grand job in 7th place. And this will be a great test for him because this is the phase of the stint where you need to be able to take care of those tyres and nurse them to the end of that fuel window. And behind him, with Romain Grosjean, he's got a driver that's very experienced, especially with this kind of racing, this kind of tyre management from over in Europe and from his years here in IndyCar. Foster, the 21-year-olds from the UK, an Indy Next champion, really got to grips with his IndyCar debut year last year over that 1 lap and hit me right on board with Felix Rosenquist staring at the rear wing of Louis Foster. Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. I said it was Grosjean's behind. Grosjean's right in front of him. It's this guy who, again, has lots of experience. I mentioned Grosjean because Grosjean and his teammate Dale Point Racing absolutely holding their own after a spectacular qualifying performance. The best 2-car run they've had in a long time. 5th and 6th with Dale Point Racing drive-ins as Grosjean returns to the sport and Helga makes his debut.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know them. Your sister, your buddy, the ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on this Chevy Silverado. Or get $5,350 in total value.
Guys are making their pit stops already.
You ever just look at them and think,
That's willpower.
I'm doing all right.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
So there I was, scrolling eBay, when I saw this.
Still in the box. It's like the exact same one my mom wore.
This whole time it was right there on eBay.
Millions of finds, each with a story.
Foster's in.
Alex and Christian have been great additions to ECR, but really, Gary's been a game changer. He delivered our Java House coffee pots and just sort of never left.
What you might want to do is put a little more grease on the bearings here.
Gary's advice doesn't make a lot of sense.
I would check that if I was doing it.
But I tell you what, his lattes,
Delivery.
It was his idea.
It doesn't mind because women races. Java House cold brew coffee, amazingly smooth.
We're Tire Rack. We test tires to provide you with truth, transparency, and unbiased recommendations. We stock over 1 million tires to ensure we have what you need. We're Tire Rack. We work hard to ship your tires fast and free. We offer convenient installation options to keep you moving forward. We do all this for one reason: Tires matter. TireRack.com, official partner of Team Penske.
Brace your
26
taste
so
buds.
stuff.
The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket comes with cool DQ soft surface and dip for just $6.99. Add one of our new tahini lemonades. It's the new spicy menu, only for a limited time.
Pod's Epic Savings Event has been extended. Now save up to 25% until March 2nd and see why Pod's
Fuck
is America's
me.
#1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating or renovating, save up to 25% at pods.com today.
Your car works hard. It deserves more. More protection, more power. That's why Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline removed up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance, giving your car the fuel it deserves. A fuel like no other. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. More performance with every drive.
Welcome back to the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, where a big emerging story while we were away, Will Power in pit lane, damaged rear suspension, seemingly out of the race after contact with the wall. What an unfortunate weekend for Will Power on his huge headline move to Andretti. We're right on board with the driver of the 26 car. With turn 10 where he crashed in practice. Unbelievable. This is the crash is practice. Carbon copy and carbon fiber going everywhere. Wow.
So that's where he hit the wall. At least they actually showed it.
To get them to a place that gave the driver the confidence and the comfort he needed. You see him standing there talking to Ron Zuski, talking to his engineers. Just so tough.
Frustrating as a driver to be in that situation. And, you know, he's got so much experience in this sport. He's the most successful driver in terms of one-lap performance. That comes with incredible aggression on the brakes to deliver the lap time. He just doesn't have the feel to trust it.
And Kevin is down on pit lane, I believe, as Will Power.
About like the same issue I had the other when I hit the wall, exactly the same.
It's all the same
Problem that we've had. I feel really bad for the guys. They're doing such a car was really good, and yeah, it's just playing this all weekend, this thing, and haven't been able to fix it for quality. Feel really bad.
Get a replay back on board with Will Power again. You want to watch this. He's had the same problem he's been struggling with all the way through the weekend. But guys, it's going to take time. He's been with Penske for nearly 2 decades, moving to a brand new team. So much to learn and understand from a new perspective.
But how do you fix it? There's no time. We go to Phoenix next week, straight into Arlington, another street race, huge pre-team requirements. Then we're in Barber. I mean, so much going on so quickly, James. You just don't get a chance to test. So he's going to have to learn on the job at the race weekends under fire. Meanwhile, his teammate firing on all cylinders. Marcus Ericsson has been closing the gap to McLaughlin.
Yeah, he took the words out.
Marcus Ericsson. Oh yeah, he is closing it.
Job Ericsson is doing. He's running in that dirty air. That's Marcus Armstrong on your screen. Ericsson a little further up on the dirty air. He has been doing a great job managing those tires, keeping that gap nice and tight below, right there with them. And the three of them not pulling away from this guy here, Marcus Armstrong, who had that phenomenal start, Georgia, and is keeping tabs on the top 3.
And I talked to Marcus Armstrong before he jumped in the car. He said he was calm, cool, and collected. And something big for them this year is consistency from last year. Pretty much everyone on his stand is the exact same.
Spin. Rasmussen.
Down there at turn 1, and that is Christian Rasmussen in the ECR, who's made up a ton of places and was racing so well. As now Newgarden and Simpson go side by side, and Dixon will try to go around his teammate as well. Can't find a way through. But Newgarden pouncing opportunistically and making up another place. Great stuff from him. Up to 12, having started at the back of the field. And we stayed green. Christian Rasmussen able to get the number 21 machine going.
Dixon making a move on his teammate, Pippen Simpson up the inside of turn 10. Dixon pushing forward, that'll put him into 13th. Remember, Scott Dixon pitted on lap 2, took fewer. How many times have we seen that strategy work for this guy?
He cut on lap 2 to get rid of the softs. Then he put it in on lap 5, I think it was, before we went green to top off with fuel. So let's take a look at what happened with Rasmussen. Helping, it looks like, from the CGR machine of Kevin Simpson.
And on roll hinge, front left on Simpson to rear right of Rasmussen, spins around. Simpson continues from the mid places, and that's how he succumbs to the advantage of New Garden. On forward with Graham Reynolds, a spectator to the incident ahead.
Michael racing incident there. Two cars side by side. Not sure the Rasmussen gave tons of room there. I think just enough. Pippen Simpson being aggressive. Two cars touch. I don't know that I can aggressively point the finger at either one in that situation. Glad to know both continue.
Just over a quarter distance completed here on the streets of St. Petersburg. Let's have a little reset. Scott McLaughlin still leads for pole position. Marcus Ericsson has kept it within a second for the entirety of the race so far. Alex Palou improved from 4th to 3rd. Armstrong with an incredible start. A couple of laps is 4th. Dennis Hauger, as a rookie, has calmed himself, found his feet, and has settled into 5th place. 3.5 seconds back, Romain Grosjean maintains that 6th place from which he started his race. Pato O'Ward's up to 7th place. Rosenquist, Lundgaard, and Kirkwood, your top 10, and still we wait for the first meaningful stops of the day for the leaders to take place. How long can they make these soft tyres work? And let's not forget the leading duo remain on the harder tyre.
Well, you mentioned tires have changed. Right now, I'm struggling to figure out which tire is going to be better. You know, you look at quickest laps of the race right now. Alex Palou, who's been on the soft tire for this stint, he is down in 8th for fastest lap, but he's right in the hunt on pace, just a second back of the leader. McLaughlin's been super consistent. It's really hard to differentiate right now. You want softs or hards? What's the preferred tire? You know you got to run soft twice.
Well, here's the thing. Of the top 4 in the last lap, they all ran the exact same lap time. 2 of them were on hards, 2 of them were on soft. So I think you're right, Timo. There's not much between it. What it could come down to is what the preferred balance is. Sometimes one compound will have a slightly different...
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Marcus Ericsson really has closed in. So is Alex Palou.
You have to run 2 softs. Whether you run a 3rd or a 2nd set of hards is going to just come down to driver preference.
Well, and here's where it gets interesting for strategy, because Scott McLaughlin is coming up to the car of Christian Rasmussen, who had that contact down at turn 1. Now, if you're new to IndyCar, yes, Rasmussen will know that the leader is behind him, but no, he does not have to let him pass. He can fight for his right to stay on the lead lap. McLaughlin leads Ericsson now by 6/10 of a second. The Andretti driver doing a wonderful job to keep the pole sitter well in sight. 30 laps completed here on the streets of St. Pete.
At Honda, we believe in the power of dreams. Only dreams can turn failure into fuel, headwinds into forward progress, and a fraction of a second into something timeless. Because once you have a dream, there's no telling how far you can go. That's why Honda is proudly supporting Team USA's Olympic and Paralympic teams.
You know, WeatherTech isn't just for new cars. No matter how old or new your car is, it deserves WeatherTech. With laser measure protection for practically every car on the road, we've got you covered. Because messes don't care who your car is. Whatever you're driving, we got it. We got it. We got it. Got it. We got it. We got it. Oh, we got it. No matter what year your vehicle is, it deserves WeatherTech. Or your American-made protection today at WTU.com. Or WeatherTech. You know we got it.
Doug.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
Not a customized car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this.
Well, at least they spelled insurance right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
27.
Turn after turn, era after era.
And they're off. Here it comes around the curve.
Firestone has been there.
After them, anyone.
At the races that defined the sport, on the roads that brought us home, through the miles that made legends. So whether they're conquering the competition or you're conquering your daily drive, with Firestone, you can do it with confidence. Firestone, for dependability at every turn.
Let's talk Panera's new mix and match menu. Choose two or more, it's just $4.99 each. Hold up, is that superstada, focaccia, Fuji apples, and it's $4.99 each? That's a deal that's actually a meal. It's the new mix and match menu at Panera.
The stage is set for a weekend where IndyCar and NASCAR go back to back on one track. IndyCar Saturday, NASCAR Sunday.
It is our pure perfection.
The one and only chance to see the biggest names in racing in one place. From Phoenix Raceway, the Desert Double starts Saturday at 3 on Fox.
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. Polski, how rolling.
Team USA takes on Brazil, only on Fox.
Welcome back to the NTT IndyCar Series on Fox Live from St. Petersburg. An incredible atmosphere down here. On the sea. Parties, fun, racing, and what did you want? For the start of March and the start of the IndyCar season. Now, while we were away, fascinatingly, Carl Kirkwood and Felix Rosenquist came in for their first scheduled pit stop. Interestingly, one was on soft tyres, one was on hard. What does that indicate to us? There is a little to choose between these two tyres.
Yeah, it's kind of what we were saying before, that lap times don't show a huge difference if your car's hooked up, which these top four clearly are, and the leader right here, Scott McLaughlin, we were riding on his onboard a little bit earlier, and we could hear he's saving some fuel. He's trying to extend this stint as long as he possibly can, which is the move. That's what you want to do when you're on those hard tires.
You've got to run the softs twice. New rule for this year. So that means McLaughlin, almost certainly on a two-stop strategy, will go soft to finish this race. The question is, when does he come to the box? Heels off, turn 14, a little bit of oversteer. No sign from pit lane on the radio that it's this lap. And I'm just watching the push to pass numbers, because that's when you're going to see when a guy's coming in. When they start going to 149, which McLaughlin currently has, losing 10, 15 seconds, you know he's burning a lot trying to get a fast in-lap.
McLaren teammates are in. Well, one of my favorite drivers, Will Power's pretty much out of contention, so got Pal Ward to pull for.
Pit stop in a race. He's going to go from those hard tires to the soft ones, small adjustments in his arm.
It's all around for an air gun on the right front.
Now, that used to be a guaranteed penalty for hitting pit equipment. They've adjusted the rules slightly that if it doesn't leave the pit box and it doesn't impede anybody, if it doesn't injure a crew member, you can kind of get away with it. But let's take another look, because that's still a scary situation. You see it right there. Pull it away in time. Just clips it.
That's the crew member's fault. They should have pulled away. Maybe
But the leader is in. Scott McLaughlin on pit road. Marcus Ericsson takes over.
I changed the smoke detector batteries a while ago. It's no one else's business. Don't get me started with the smoke detector bullshit, okay? Yeah, it's like let us worry about the smoke detector. Focus on the race. Besides, I don't even hear it going off. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, Marcus Ericsson, Scott McLaughlin are in. Alex Palou the leader now. Well, I mean, the leaderboard's ahead of me, so.
Such a good job from him to save enough fuel to make an extra lap. Now he's going to be coming into pit lane. Jackets all.
Yeah, worry about. I want you folks to worry about your own stuff going on in your houses. Don't worry about my shit. Oh. Also, I promise myself the next person that complains about my smoke detector is going to be banned from my live stream. I'm not joking this time. Do me a favor, don't say anything about it. Let us worry about it. There's a million other things to worry about in this world. The smoke detector is fixable, but it's the least of my concerns right now. So it's not even making any sound. I think y'all must be hearing shit.
He's not racing Rossi. He should not have lost that much time. Now McLaughlin's got one lap of heat in his tires. He's got it's sauce to sauce. The tire compounds are even, so it's big pressure now to get off of turn 9 right here for Ericsson. Can he do it clean? Ericsson needs to have eyes forward.
And just so you know, I don't have to say everything. I don't have to say anything about when I change my smoke detector batteries either. Don't expect me to make a post about it or anything.
It wasn't that hard of a hit, but it's going to give him a little bit of hesitation here into 13 and 14.
If I have to be an asshole about my smoke detectors, batteries and shit, then so be it.
Tucked up in his victory behind Marcus Ericsson. Doesn't look close enough to have a look at the moment. So Ericsson will hold that position over Scott McLaughlin, but critically, Alex Palou has managed to stay out. And I think Marcus Armstrong has gone ahead of both of them. Is that Armstrong leading the pits? I think you're right. They're right on the same. Armstrong goes to defend. There is contact between them.
Whoa. Damn, Marcus Ericsson, that was a dodgy move right there on your part.
This has been a dicey couple laps for Ericsson, but he managed to hang on. And now he's got covered because Armstrong's on full tires. McLaughlin is held up.
Scott Dixon's the leader now.
McLaughlin hunting it down through the turn and looking to 10. And Armstrong defends. McLaughlin will have to go around the outside. You can't fit two down there. There is a touch. Armstrong somehow holds on. Armstrong holds on. How did McLaughlin hold on? I have never seen an outside pass in 10 work. That was unreal. The Kiwi on the Kiwi. Meanwhile, guys, Alex Palou on pit lane. The number 10
Alex Palou's on pit lane.
This is about to get even more crazy as Palou blends out. And Palou blends out with ease. Far ahead of Marcus Ericsson. He's got almost the entire stretch of the run down to turn 4. Wow. Those extra laps, we call that the overcut. When you run longer in a stint than the guys you're racing, you get that lap on hot tires going quick while they're getting up to speed on cold tires, and it has that crossover. It's been so impressive. Not only is Palou doing the overcut, but with everybody racing hard there, they lost precious lap time in the skirmish, and Palou lapping all the way to the bank right now. Georgia.
There is action all over this place right now. Palou, when he came to the attention of his crew, went from softs to another set of used softs. He said, do not touch the front wing. Palou is extremely happy with that car.
And Palou's a guy that normally defaults to primaries, and Scott Dixon is now in the pits from the lead. He was a little bit off strategy. And who will lead?
Louis Foster's the leader now.
Who was struggling with his tires earlier, headed back on lap 22 to change off his starting tires. But he leads this race, and he leads it on merit from Marina's DJ and Alex Palou. He does, but he will likely have to make 2 more stops to make it to the finish. All of the lead cars.
Yeah, I'm not holding back on what I have to say about certain things, just so you know. Oh, Dixon. Wow. Dixon's tire came off, and yep, that is a full course caution.
And that's going to hurt the likes of Foster, BK, Rossi. Luckily, had Palou not yet hit, he would have been absolutely hosed on that. The timing was so fortunate. Alex Palou once again. Yeah, the fortune, the luck that favors him. And James explained to us why, for the likes of Foster and Rossi, why is this caution now detrimental to their race? Well, they were hoping to sort of gap some of the drivers behind them because they are going to have to do that extra stop. They've done a little bit off sequence. Now they're going to have to pit under caution. They're going to lose so much. But let's see a replay. Dixon right out of the pits. Was down to turn 4. You can see the wheel nut. And that's the wheel nut. And that is a very uncharacteristic mistake on the pit stop. Who knows? They're looking in this mirror. Dixon knows something's wrong right there. Cool. What a save, though. Yeah, great job to hang on to it. Well, we don't often see the 9 crew make a mistake, but a loose right rear has called an early end to Scott Dixon's day.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis?
With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clear skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya even reduced fatigue. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Vehicle breakdowns are costly. If your check engine light comes on tomorrow, the repair could easily cost thousands. It was like almost a $6,000 job. But with Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a costly repair again. Plus, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
I've had 5 claims for over $12,000.
Who's going to pay for your next car repair? You or Endurance?
Call right now to get $300 off any plan.
The NASCAR Cup Series rolls into Austin.
You know who got big today? Yeah.
Where the best of the best take on the road course at Coda. Coverage begins next on Fox.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 21 top brands. Right now is the best time to shop during our certified pre-owned sales event. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
So, here is a before of my stomach before Sonobello, and this is after.
This year, don't just lose weight, lose stubborn fat and sagging extra skin permanently at Sonobello.
I wanted the results of a tummy tuck, but not the downtime.
We've helped over 300,000 people transform.
You want that flat stomach? You go get that flat stomach.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Our flexible payment options make it easy to get started today. Call or go to sonobello.com right now.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection of 21 top brands. Right now is the best time to shop during our certified pre-owned sales event. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Free original content on Fox 40 Plus. Download the free app now.
Welcome back to the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg on Fox, presented by Pods. Still under caution here. We're going to take a look at the pit stop for Scott Dixon. Take a look on the rear right. That's the rear tyre closest to us. Seemingly, no issue. Everybody happy with it, but you see it wobbling immediately. Well, you can see that. It looked like the right rear changer struggled a bit to get the wheel off initially. And then the car dropped a little too soon before the nut is tight. On board here, the Kyle Kirkwood will watch this camera pan, and then you'll see the wheel drop right there. It marked the axle, and along with it, the wheel and tire. Rasmussen back on pit lane. And James, you called it absolutely 100%. All of those drivers who had stopped early, this caution came out at precisely the wrong time for them. The likes of Foster, the likes of Rossi have come in and made another pit stop, which means Alex Palou going to lead this race from Marcus Ericsson. Scott McLaughlin of Polster is down to third, and Marcus Armstrong is fourth. Carl Kirkwood is fifth, Pato O'Ward sixth. You get a good hard on board of Stingray Rondo. You saw him moving over to let cars go by. He's fallen back to the rear, and here's Rossi. It means he's fallen back down to 15. Not terrible, could have been worse. I'm pretty sure he's maybe done his tire. We know he's done his tire allocation, so he can just go from there. Yeah, he's almost at 15, so he'll make another stop as they come back to green on the front straightaway. And Alex Palou will lead the field back to green. Scott McLaughlin leading around trying to get some heat into his tires as Ericsson has a look at the champion. And they're all in neatly to turn one as looking up the inside. It was Hauger, perhaps having a look at one of the McLarens. Alex Palou who leads easily as now the two Kiwis. Once again, I love this. It's Armstrong and McLaughlin. McLaughlin in third.
Armstrong in fourth. That feels like a battle that's going to rage all the way to the checkered flag today, but McLaughlin straight on the pace and wants to make his way straight past Marcus Ericsson. Definitely got the pace in that car. It's looking like we're at race based on the decisions that we're seeing from guys right now. The top 8 all on those soft tires, and we have a car that is Stingray Rob again. Stingray Rob. It's good. Turn 8, I believe. So we stay green. All right, we saw what Marcus Ericsson was able to do with Scott McLaughlin in front, kept pace, and was making better fuel mileage. What can he do with the champion in front of him? Well, he used to be his teammate when they were both at Chip Ganassi Racing a few years back, so he knows what this guy's capable of. He's seen the playbook from the inside. Is there anything that he's learned, Townsend, from his time as Alex's teammate he can try to use to his advantage here?
Well, he knows that he's going up the very best as we ride on board with the Delaware Light Cam here. You see the little front bar adjustment on the previous straightaway. Marcus Ericsson going down with his right hand and adjusting the front anti-roll bar. It looked to me like he was pushing that forward, which would be stiffening up the front roll rate. Meanwhile, his teammate, Will Power, and I like this call from the team. Look, we are in, as I said before, successive races here, back to back. We've got 4 out of 5 weeks on the road. You don't want Will Power to miss all of his track time and getting acclimated with the new team. He's got no chance to win today, no chance at a podium, but get him back out there and get the GBs out of the system, if you know what I mean. He just had another incident on track, and let's have him finish strong with his head high.
Trying to figure out those brakes. You've got half a race left just over to get out there. Try and figure out those brakes. And you've got has a look at Prix guys. You're talking about Marcus Ericsson, second as it stands at the moment. 4 race wins to his name in IndyCar, but last year really was a huge disappointment for him. He's in a contract year, needs a good performance. Not just in this race, but over the course of the season, and has won here before. Loves this circuit. Spoke to him last night. He was pumped for the race today. Just wants to get the season started off in the right way.
So first set of pit stops finished to start the season, and Dale Point Racing, yeah, they lost a couple of stops positions on that stop, but Haldren Grosjean 8th and 9th, still an excellent run for the smallest team on the grid. Surprising everybody with their qualifying performance and still very much in the midst for this race.
It's like Joseph Newgarden, 11th place, up from 23rd. A great drive from him today, just eyes forward, foot down, no nonsense. Yeah, that Estemo machine is hauling right now. We talked about it right off the top. I said because he didn't get out of Q1, he had extra sets on the soft, and it certainly looks like it's turning into a soft race. So that's fallen into his hands. He's done some great moves on the racetrack. You know, he hit last on lap, or 11 laps ago, so kind of same range as a lot of the drivers in front of him. So right now, these guys are legitimately up where they're running, and there's still room for him to improve. 34 years of age from Nashville, Tennessee, a 2-time IndyCar champion, a 2-time Indy 500 winner, one of the best in the field. And as we know, it has been a rough couple of years for both him and the Penske organization. You can already hear this riding on board with a little bit of fuel save happening down into turn 10 because of the way that these yellows have fallen. I think we're going to see a little bit of that fuel save technique happening as this thing goes on.
Absolutely. If we listen on board with Newgarden here at the end of the front stretch, let's try to find out if there's a coast phase. Yeah, right there, a little coast phase. And if we want to go into the cockpit, learn a little bit more about that technique, you might ask yourself, what do these guys mean by coast phase? Well, thanks to Delara and our cutaway car, we can go right inside the cockpit. Now, flat out, full throttle here at St. Pete, you're getting about 3.1 miles to the gallon. We go down into the pedal box of Joseph Newgarden's Delara here. Full throttle, see how it comes off the throttle and waits before he hits the brake. That's the coast phase. That has a dramatic effect on fuel mileage. You don't lose much speed, but you gain a lot of fuel, about 0.4 miles per gallon with that little coast phase right there. You can hear it audibly when we go in the cockpit. What does that do? It either extends your range or shortens your stop. Either way, if you're stopping for the last stop, as Joseph Newgarden will be, it might be a little less fuel time that Team Penske has to plug in to get him down the stretch.
And that's what the likes of Marcus Ericsson did to great effects to stay out a lap longer than Scott McLaughlin. That's what Alex Palou did even better still to get ahead of both of these guys. And speaking of the 10, Jordan's got an update from the pits of Alex Palou.
Alex Palou picking up right where he left off last year. Obviously a winner here on the streets of St. Pete. But I want to highlight someone else on the team, and that's a Ricky Davis, his crew chief. We talked a little bit earlier this weekend just about the offseason, congratulating them on their championship and what they're going to bring into this year. And really, he said the biggest thing was that they all got together and they celebrated the 8 wins that they got. But they also realized that they lost 9, and there was room for improvement. And he said if we could just improve just a little bit more each race, then we're doing better than last year. And they've already done that this weekend because they started 4th. Alex Palou's best starting position here on the streets of St. Pete. Currently in the lead, we'll see the 4-time champion do it.
That tells you everything you need to know about that team and how obvious that is. But at the end of the season, with so much success, hey, we won 8 races. No. We lost 9.
All right, we're officially at the halfway point of this race.
That is the mindset you have to be here in the NTT IndyCar series. Guaranteed the best of not just return at the same level we were at last year, but best we have redoubled to return better. Who could beat Alex Palou halfway through the race here in St. Pete? That's the race left.
Whether you're a professional technician or simply take pride in maintaining your own cars, Harbor Freight offers quality auto tools to meet your every need at prices that can't be beat. From rapid pump jacks to mechanics tool sets, whatever you need, we've got it. Whatever you do it for less. Harbor Freight, your automotive destination.
From green pastures to roaring tracks, there's a strength that never falters. A legacy shaped by those who came before us, binding us beyond trade or title. It's the grit that fuels this nation. It's the work we're proud to carry on. This is Good Ranchers, proud partner of IndyCar.
Pod's Epic Savings Event has been extended. Now save up to 25% on moving and storage until March 2nd, and see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating to a new home or renovating your current one, save up to 25%. Pods brings the container to you so you can pack at your own pace. Then we'll take it to your new home or to a secure pod storage center until you need it, so you don't have to do the driving. Don't wait. Save up to 25% at pods.com.
Java House Cold Brew Coffee is now available for your home and office. Peel and pour a variety of Java House and Cold Brew pods into water for barista quality iced coffee and lattes in seconds. Java House is authentically cold brewed and crafted in small batches to deliver a premium, one-of-a-kind coffee experience you won't find with other brands. This is real cold brew, at home, at work, or on the go. Java House, authentically brewed, amazingly smooth.
Take a look, my friend. Take a look.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Fast Western.
The NASCAR Cup Series moves into Austin. Where the best of the best take on the Rosen Course of Hood. Coverage begins next on Fox.
The United Football League is back and getting an experience like no other. This is the United Football League. It all kicks off March 27th on Fox.
You have a funny accent in Daytona.
I feel strange.
It is way more difficult than being Harrison Hunter.
Who's the best driver in the world?
You're rewarded for aggression in IndyCar. Fell asleep, crashed off the road. You fell asleep while you
Also driving. Do you think NASCAR drivers get the international recognition that they should?
I got my first decent check. I went and bought like some stupid fast 4x4 boat.
What are you doing tomorrow? Why don't you check out the all-new Fox Sports Digital Show Speed with him and me? He's getting an article on Robust, and we are Full By Poet. Subscribe to Speed on Fox on YouTube, Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcasts. There is Mr. Alex Palou, still leading this race that has been told he needs another 15 laps on these tyres before he can stop again. We're running lap 54 of 100. Marcus Ericsson 6 seconds, almost 3 seconds in arrears. And Scott McLaughlin and Marcus Armstrong still battling away. Cohen is fit, Pato O'Ward and Christian Lundgaard, the McLaren duo 6 and 7. The Dale Coyne duo still doing brilliantly in the top 10, 8 and 9. Graham Rahal up in the top 10.
It's watching Kyle Kirkwood's progress because Marcus Ericsson, his teammate, has a very fast car. They're running second. Kirkwood, the second biggest mover in this race, so it's 10 spots we talked about. But JT pointed out that Kirkwood really could be undercut.
Oh no!
On lap 31, where Ericsson McLaughlin 38, 35. So he has to get better mileage now off this stick to get to that last stop. I wonder if you can tell too how much fuel he might be saving. The other time he gets out of position, but he does have to stretch it to make the last stop work with the rest of them. Well, that's just it, right?
I hear drums are going tonight. Here's only whispers of some quiet conversation.
That's unusual. Typically with a soft tire, you'd be more concerned if the wheels are going off.
Nothing.
Penske got the back in the race car very well locked down, but McLaughlin says he'll worry about flying up once scrubbing across the track, creating more as the speed goes on. Thanks imaging on boards here as he goes into this middle sector. This is where the front tires don't hold really killed you through this kind of twisty section. What the strategy plays are right now for Kevin. So Tim Sitter has been talking to Scott McLaughlin, and he was told the window is going to open at about 10 laps 65. We see fuel save to be able to get over there.
Glasses like Olympus, but here you do.
Marcus Ericsson front, but the hope for Ericsson McLaughlin is that Alex Palou still has to run the harder compound. He's going to finish in the flat sidewalks. Fascinating. So theoretically, the drivers behind us will pick up themselves in front. If what happens in this hook, McLaughlin and Ericsson, they will finish. So, Palou will have to finish on the hard compound. Theoretically, should be pushing a bit slower. Theoretically. But with Alex Palou,
I'm
ashamed of all is well with Mr. Yellow.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough, the communication satellite. These things make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world must come to a point.
Perhaps what you build builds you into working. The stage is set for the weekend where IndyCar and NASCAR go back to back on one track.
Starting Saturday at 3 on Fox.
Zombies spending billions on racing modern cars on our streets, while the California people are being run over by the cost of living. Trump is assuming that we Californians are too soft and too weak to fight back. Don't mess with California. Some drives the war to take you, and they change how you feel along the way. Safety, performance, and timeless design engineered with one promise: best or nothing. With over 1,300 new cars in stock, we have the largest new car inventory available in Northern California. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on all new 2025 models. Luxury is closer to the fans. Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento, Mercedes-Benz of Longwood, Mercedes-Benz of El Bronco, and Bishop Oaks. Envision the drive.
While Madison's greatest advancements were looking into sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple. We're human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're involved in healthcare, by treating people, not just patients. Innovation that amplifies you and leads to more personalized care. Guided by the belief that we all hold the power to heal.
Zombies spending billions on racing modern cars onto our streets, while the California people are being run over by the cost of living. Trump is assuming that we Californians are too soft and too weak to fight back. Don't mess with California.
Fox 40 Plus. Download now on Roku, Fire, and Apple TV.
We're back at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Alex Palou leads Marcus Ericsson by 7 seconds. Scott McLaughlin in third. Chris Armstrong is fourth. Repeats, less the order, 20 gaps. Yeah, well, that is the Arrow McLaren Hospitality Unit here at the track. Absolutely enormous and beautiful. That was before that track as well. Guys, when we look at Palou leading Ericsson by 7 seconds, what makes the difference? What's makes Palou do differently than everybody else? I'll tell you what, right now, his last lap was a 103.1. Ericsson a 104.0.
It's tenths of a second, like that's been consistent, like that's you watching that gap grow.
You saw how well Ericsson was leading McLaughlin on it, but Palou got through there and stopped it. Same tires, same pit strategy, cars play the same racetrack, same time of day. What you're witnessing here is exactly what everybody was stressing about over the offseason, except Alex Palou. All those other teams saying, what's it going to take? This guy is a 10 out of 10 in every single category. He is simply the best in the sport, undoubtedly right now, and we're seeing that nobody else has really drawn close just yet. The difference is that Palou will have to finish on the harder black tire. Marcus Ericsson and Scott McLaughlin have brand new soft tire Firestones. That's the best hope they have, is that somehow the black tire is no good for Palou. I mean, you told me I could serve you a lot more if it wasn't so much data that showed that this guy usually prefers the hard time. It's small, and he said exactly. I said, looks like it might be a red race, but that's fine. I like the black tips. So just look at this, half a second on lap 58, 8 tenths on 59, 7 tenths on lap 60. He's not taking bites out of it. He is taking chunks, pounds of flesh every single lap. Over Marcus Ericsson, a multi-time race winner, 500 winner, on one of the top teams. Unbelievable, that gap. And he leads by almost the entire length of that runway. That is the job that Alex Palou is doing today. So taking over this race, he needs to win today. It'll be his 20th
Let's
race
go.
of the 100 race starts today being his 19th IndyCar Series. Already a four-time champion, already in the discussion as one of the greatest our sport has ever known. And this today, a perfect example of why. Doing things no one else I want to go back and look a little further down in that top five to Marcus Armstrong, still holding strong there in P4 on those soft tires. Very similar strategy to the leaders. You see what that gap looks like from first to second place. Armstrong hanging on, like I said, second behind Scott McLaughlin. Really, really strong first weekend for MSR in the hands of that young Kiwi. But now it looks like McLaughlin's got the measure of Marcus Ericsson. He is right on the gearbox of the 28. He's gone direct to face up off the second faster. And lost two of his second one. Scott McLaughlin and the Andretti driver ahead of him. Now or never, it seems, for Scott McLaughlin to start to apply pressure and try to make his way through. He might himself in some clean out and maybe go right off around his road. Ericsson should have about 1 lap better fuel to use here. Could go a little bit longer, but I'm afraid for Marcus Ericsson, he's really starting to lose the handle on the soft tire. McLaughlin with an excellent exit right here. Well, there's a run down the back straightaway. Great exit shaping up. We've already seen he's not afraid to make a move down into turn 10. Although last time he did it around the outside. Ericsson keeps it at bay. But I wonder for how long. McLaughlin looks racing. And this is even better for Alex Palou as he goes a little bit wide. Is that going to compromise the exit? No, he gets that power down pretty well, but he's close. He is close, but is he close enough? McLaughlin.
The ground without you. Whoa. Survive my tonight. Yes. These walls are down without you. My heart holding them below the crown of my life without you. Oh yeah. Survive my tender. Got in the battle. And McLaughlin goes for second place on Marcus Ericsson. We got 2 trains on the Kanawha subdivision. Nice.
Ericsson now in a massive battle for the final podium position as they approach this last set of stops. Ericsson might come to pit lane. I might pull him in now, James, if he's struggling this much. They're in the window. You can do it from here, certainly. He was quicker, I think, than McLaughlin on those hards, on the primary tire, but they have to run another set of softs. It looks like now Ericsson, Armstrong, Kirkwood comes into pit. Ericsson defends. Armstrong, big push towards the wall, but Armstrong fights his way past.
Wow. Well, Ericsson put a block on Armstrong, and he made the move, and almost, man, huge crossover. Like, come on, just let them by. Yeah, one of these days there's gonna be a wreck on the front stretch. One of these days. So come on, just let them.
Driving so slowly, fighting each other. This is really playing into Kirkwood's hands. Ericsson absolutely has his hands. Well, they gotta bring him in. Struggling now as Lundgaard fights. As Lundgaard takes the opportunity. That's marvelous from the McLaren man. Timing through 10. Ericsson is struggling. They have to bring him in because now Award needs to move. What's the position?
Or on laps.
All these blocks from Ericsson have looked pretty aggressive. That might come under the review of race control, especially what happened.
Ericsson's.
Here comes Ericsson in pit lane, along with Armstrong. Armstrong will be fuming. They're going to be, Andretti's going to be kicking themselves for not bringing Ericsson in a lap sooner. Armstrong's going to be kicking himself for that move. That's 2 unforced errors that cost them positions, 1 in turn 10 and 1 down there in turn 1. Now we see the 28 in the pit stall. Jack, how's it going?
He's actually already been in, James. He's already on his way back out. The biggest thing, they went with the new red soft tyre. The end of that stint was getting pretty dicey. But to be on the podium in this series, that's what it takes.
Certainly does. Put on the new tyres, but how much more work is he going to have to do through all the time lost on those old tyres at the end of his stint? Palou leading from McLaughlin. 14 seconds in the gap, and Palou chooses now to pit. Race leader on pit lane. What tyres does he put on? And can he take this thing to victory? Georgia is standing by.
Palou's going to put the hard tires on. Remember, he went soft, you soft. Now this is going to be a hard tire to the end for him. He told very often he wants to downturn, less of wing in the front, but this is something that be ever so important for him to get that main and keep that main in the block.
Double turn front wing for Alex Palou as well. Not as smooth and clean as it gets. The only thing between Alex Palou and victory right now is traffic that he has to navigate through as he comes up right in the thick of it. And who's behind him? I think that was Joseph Newgarden. Can Newgarden play spoiler for his teammate? And here he is. Newgarden's found his way past Alex Palou. I think he's going to hold him up 14 seconds. That'd be a pretty tough thing to do, but it was the right call to get the 10 in. Once some of the other leaders started pitting, you don't want to be exposed to a yellow flag and get caught. So they did the right thing at the right time. Cole could really just be on cruise control at this point. And guys, fastest lap, last lap, Kyle
Venus
Kirkwood,
VK gets past.
fastest lap of the race. Kirkwood in the 27 is flying in the transition here with everybody. Kirkwood's got a great shot.
Kirkwood's all the way back in 14.
Kevin, coming to you. He needs Shell 100% renewable fuel, and he's also got to set up a new sauce, the red sidewalls. That's the hope to maybe the tire.
Lawson's in.
Also thinking about championship points. The gap will increase for a second. Big turn to one way. For the new sauce, McLaughlin is away. McLaughlin is away. Back down pit lane.
Had a Ward.
Team ready for him. There's Kyle Kirkwood coming through turn one. McLaughlin exits. They're going to blend right in pit out. Oh, they're going to be super close. Kirkwood is flying the fastest car on track right now. And he has race rubber. McLaughlin goes defensive. Closes Kirkwood to go the long way around. Can Kirkwood down?
Oh, almost contact.
There was contact there. I wonder if Kirkwood's right rear is okay. Hopefully no puncture. He is
Well, there's a never say never.
Oh, the team said it's okay. Team said he's okay. Well, Kirkwood just said right rear puncture. I'm just looking at the tire, trying to see if that sidewall is flexing at all. I mean, he seems to be going okay right now.
Look at this read. He barely touched it.
So you see the live shot in the corner as we see a second angle of the replay. He stayed out, and it's those carbon fiber end fences from the front wing that are just like a sharp knife sometimes. And hopefully Kirkwood was just checking with Brian Herta and didn't see anything on his dash to suggest a puncture. Think back to 2023.
Oh, nice. NS 1070. That's one of the many NS Heritage units I haven't caught yet. Got on NS 223. Oh, you got this past Thursday. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen one of these NS Heritage units. I don't care which one they send my way. Just as long as they send one, then I'm good to go. Yeah, I'm due to see an NS Heritage unit this year.
Alex and Christian have been great additions to ECR, but really, Gary's been a game changer.
I've caught a few of them. I just haven't seen one in 3 years. I mean, one came through my area last year, the Conrail Heritage unit, but it came at night, so it was a pass for me. The ones I've caught are the Central New Jersey Locomotive 1071, Penn Central, Norfolk and Western, the Erie Lackawanna, and the Central of Georgia. The Penn Central locomotive is the only one I've caught more than once. I caught it twice.
For dependability that matches yours. Firestone, always dependable since 1900.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know them.
Oh yeah, I've also caught the Erie 2 NS 1068.
They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on this Chevy Silverado. Or get $5,350 in total value.
Okay, the plumber's fixing that burst pipe. Should be all set. Good thing you're protected 24/7 with your home and auto bundle from Progressive.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to figure out the right caption to post about this.
Maybe something like, I have protection, just need a lifeguard.
What about that emoji with a shocked face?
Or maybe flooded with emotion.
That's too much. Try Tuesdays are cray.
You know, technically, you don't have to post everything that happens online.
Malukas up to 4th place.
Pod's epic savings event
Yeah,
is extended.
it's frustrating when they come at night all the time.
NCY Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating or renovating, save up to 25% at pods.com today.
I'm a Denny's superstar. Hot stuff coming through. Okay, y'all can chill now. With our new slamming meal deals, you can feed everyone and still be dessert. If you've got room. Good luck. Denny's new slamming meal deal starting at $5.99.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the big move sponsored by Pods. Frankly, we had a disagreement about which one should win. I lost out to James Townsend, who voted this. Carl Kirkwood around the outside of Scott McLaughlin. Little bit of contact, but a decisive move, a bold move, and ultimately a winning one from Kirkwood.
Super courageous with Kirkwood, and he seized the moment at the right time. McLaughlin on cold tires. Kirkwood is flying here, goes to the outside. Remember, this same move ended in tears for both McLaughlin and Roland Grosjean a few years ago. Kirkwood making it work with just that little touch to his right rear tire and some concern that he would lose tire pressure, but it appears he's fine.
And guys, we're talking about the driver that qualified 15th, passing a pole sitter for the second step on the podium. Super impressive. He was quick all weekend, just didn't get the lap done, had some issues in qualifying, but unreal performance in the 27th crew of the global.
Fastest lap of the race for Kirkwood by 4/10 right now, so he has been.
Also, I just put a poll up. Who's going to win St. Petersburg? I know I should have done this early on, but feel free to enter. You have until the end of the race to at least the white final lap to put in your vote.
It is just surgical precision, total dominance. That's what he does.
Very well wondering, my vote on the big move by Pods was McLaughlin around the outside of Armstrong down at turn 10. But I think we can agree
The fuck?
Kirkwood's move to deserve it. Hello now leads by 1.2 seconds from Louis Foster. Rosenquist is third, Malukas is fourth. Now Kirkwood, because Foster, Rosenquist and Malukas are slightly out of sequence, Kirkwood at the moment sits in what should become second.
Yep, sorry about that. I ended the poll too early.
Yes, he's part of the team now, and that whole show kicked off with Jack's Gridlock, James Winston. You've now seen almost a full race. It's been pretty intense as well. What do you thought about it?
I'm just grateful to see the precision that every racer has taken, every turn. You know, when it first started off, when I saw that 3-car pile up, I was like, man, these guys are hungry.
Yeah, sorry about that. I ended the poll sooner than I was expecting.
It's been amazing.
I got the thumbs up earlier, so I think he's lucky.
There we go.
Yes, he's a race car fan, and he loves it. I think the obsession of all these guys out there giving their best effort today, like this is our first race.
Incredible. We're going to have to get some of those works of art. So who do you think is going to win?
We're so grateful to watch, man. They brought him a car, and that's what he's like. He draws
Yeah, there's Felix.
he lives and breathes cars. Like when we take him to like A1 speed and things like that, like he's coming to first. Like he's really obsessed with it. So hopefully
plus Lego trucks that aren't made out of Legos into race car trucks.
Everything that he's a part of is cars. So for us to be able, for Foster allow us to come here, let's experience this. This is something that's so impactful, and obviously I know the importance of football and how that impacted me because I've been playing since I've been 4 years old. But to see the love that my son has for these cars, and to be able to meet some of the drivers, and to see their teams, like you only see one person driving a car, but you realize the importance of the team and how they get them out of the pit stop and the importance of the people that's running. I got a chance to wave the green flag. Like it's so much that goes into this sport, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Well, we have a lot of seasons left, so we hope to see you at more races this year. Thanks so much for being here.
You better believe it. We're going to be in more.
Yep, Rosenquist is pitting.
Sports correspondent for more races, and we're going to turn this thing up, man. It's exciting. So I hope y'all enjoy it.
That's what I'm talking about, guys.
Game recognizes game. What a beautiful moment, beautiful sentiment. Future race car designer, future race car driver. Who knows? Well, I'm sure we all remember the day that we fell in love with motor racing.
From green pastures to roaring tracks, there's a strength that never falters. A legacy shaped by those who came before us, binding us beyond trade and title.
And the Blocksman goes!
It's the grit that fuels this nation. It's the work we're proud to carry on. This is Good Ranchers, proud partner of IndyCar.
We're Tire Rack. We test tires to provide you with truth, transparency, and unbiased recommendations. We stock over 1 million tires to ensure we have.
Kyle Kirkwood up to second.
We work hard to ship your tires fast and free. We offer convenient installation options to keep you moving forward. We
Go.
do this for one reason. Tires matter. TireRack.com, official partner of Team Penske.
Let's talk Panera's new mix and match menu. Choose 2 or more, it's just $4.99 each. Hold up, is that super chata? Fruity apples? And it's $4.99 each? That's a deal that's actually a meal. It's the new mix and match menu at Panera.
At Hunt, we believe in the power of dreams.
I'm shifting.
Into legends. Persistence into podiums. And sweat into good. Because once you have a dream, there's no telling how far you can go. That's why Hunt is proudly supporting Team USA's Olympic and Paralympic teams.
It's like the end of an era where I've had my girl moment. Plus, I listed this on eBay in like 2 seconds. Got a really good price.
Okay, next. Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Turn back time on your engine with Valvoline Restore Protect, the first of its kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine filling deposits and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore Protect at your next oil change.
Whether you're a professional technician or simply take pride in maintaining your own cars, Harbor Freight offers quality auto tools to meet your every need at prices that can't be beat. From rapid pump jacks to mechanics tool sets, whatever you need, we've got it. Whatever you do it for less. Harbor Freight, your automotive destination.
But you don't want to miss this one, the World Baseball Classic. Aaron Judge falls skiing to Bryce Harper, suit up for the Stars and Stripes as Team USA takes on Brazil, Friday at 8 Eastern, only on Fox. Well, Alex Thoreau leads Kyle Kirkwood and Scott McLaughlin as we have Ray come down and shake hands with everybody. Thoreau leads Kirkwood by 5.5 seconds. That is the fight now for the win, and lap times between Thoreau and Kirkwood are pretty level. Scott McLaughlin is third. Christian Lundgaard has fought his way up to 4th place for McLaren. Pato O'Ward is up to 5th from 8th. Ericsson slipped down to 6th. Newgarden, what a day. What a day for Joseph Newgarden. 23rd, currently standing 7th. Grosjean 8, DK 9, Dennis Hauger
All
still
right, 20 to go.
10 on the debut. The two MSR drivers, Armstrong and Rosenquist, outside the top 10 at the moment, and for Armstrong in 11, that must be galling. A brilliant race, could arguably should have been fighting for a podium today. But that move, that defensive move by Marcus Ericsson, for me, it was a little strong, a little questionable. I don't know about you guys. Hey, Chaz, what did you think of that?
At least thought it deserved a second look from the officials. It was very aggressive down the front stretch. It's one thing to proactively start moving, but once the guy pops, to keep driving him all the way to the inside wall, I thought at least it was something to take a look at. Let's maybe go back and have another look ourselves.
So here we go.
Oh, excuse me, this is different. This is Alex Palou making a mistake at Mid-Ohio while leading, which reminds us it is possible. Even if he's leading and dominating on a day, Alex Palou can still have one of those moments we all have had in life where we lose sight of the target.
Can we just run that one into the photo?
I think so.
I think it's the other describe it. It's not box, it's on the teams that are watching that Fox broadcast on the timing stance. Right now, 5.5 second lead. It's kind of been stabilized at around that level. 19 laps to go for a guy that's just not known for making mistakes outside of that one in Mid-Ohio.
Listen, it was hot that day. He had a big lead. Maybe you start thinking about ice cream. Maybe you start thinking about what you need to do on Monday.
There are those out there that think he took a dive for the benefit of his teammate Scott Dixon.
I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them either. This race is a little different than Mid-Ohio, namely for concrete. Concrete everywhere. Alex Palou knows that every single mark counts. As we take a look at the other moment from before, that was Marcus Ericsson moving over on Marcus Armstrong. How do you see it, Will?
Yeah, I think on replay, watching it live, it looked aggressive. I think watching it back, he only makes the one move. He doesn't make a second to push him further to the wall. And he moves first. That's the most important thing. And the big thing there is, why did Armstrong lose the positions? He outbrakes himself in the turn one. Look, when you go that far to the inside, you have all that dirt on your tires once Ericsson did the aggressive defense, in hindsight, you could say he should have maybe cut back to the left and tried to break online Armstrong. But look, it is what it is, and Armstrong now finds himself down to 11.
And this is a terrible stint for Ericsson to end up. He was battling for that podium position, battling for second, really, and now running 6 on track. 14 seconds behind Kyle Kirkwood. Just a really, really rough second pit stop transition cycle for Ericsson.
Well, and also for Ericsson, when you think the tyres started to go off, and he came in, his teammate, he took the advantage in that scenario of his teammate, and he'd been pulled in at that same point, he would have lost all that time. Might not have lost all those positions, could still be fighting for a podium, could be a double Andretti podium as things stand right now.
Brian Herta doing his thing. They saw the mess unfolding in front of Kirkwood, pulled him in, and it worked. That was the right strategy call.
So it's Palou who started this race fourth. Kirkwood, who started this race all the way down in 56 seconds. Scott McLaughlin, who started on pole, runs third at the podium, and it stands 17 laps to go. But standing by for us this weekend, we've seen some interesting moves out into turn one this weekend, not least from our latest guest with our friend here in the booth, Mr. James Hitchcock.
That's God.
Dario, we've seen the racing get a bit dicey in turn one. We saw you on track get a bit dicey yesterday with Jimmy Hinch. How much fun did you have out there?
I had a great time. I'm sorry again, Hinch. I promised him last night that I'd buy him dinner to make up for taking him out of the game, but I had so much fun. I really did. I enjoyed it. It got really, really hot in there, but I enjoyed it so much. The problem was I kept hitting walls. I had a really good truck, and I just kept bashing into walls, and that eventually got us out.
Well, man, it was so great to see you out back on track. Dario Franchitti, racing legend. Thank you.
Four-time IndyCar champion Dario Franchitti, after 13 years out of pro competition, returned to the racetrack this weekend here. Top 10 all day in the trucks. Gearbox is taking him out for this gentleman. Class as well.
Pod's Epic Savings Event has been extended. Now save up to 25% on moving and storage until March 2nd, and see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating to a new home or renovating your current one, save up to 25%. Pods brings the container to you so you can pack at your own pace. Then we'll take it to your new home or to a secure pod storage center until you need it, so you don't have to do the driving. Don't wait. Save up to 25% at pods.com.
Well, I'm Gary, and I work for Java House.
Gary? Gary's my guy.
He delivered our Java House coffee pods and just sort of never left.
Oh, hi, Gary. Sorry to interrupt.
Thanks, man.
My delivery!
Since adding Java House, productivity is through the roof.
People don't want to go home.
Which is why I never do.
Java House, anyone? It's going to help you guys change the start a little bit faster. I have a feeling.
Yeah, here you go. Java House cold brew coffee. Amazingly smooth. Turn after turn. Era after era.
And they're off. Here it comes around the curve.
Firestone has been there.
After them, anywhere.
At the races that defined the sport, on the roads that brought us home, through the miles that made legends. So whether they're conquering the competition or you're conquering your daily drive, with Firestone, you can do it with confidence. Firestone, for dependability at every turn.
In the land of Israel, before the Gospels, before the cross, there was David.
This day, the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you.
I'm Zachary Levi, and this is David, King of Israel. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. The Super Bowl team have arrived here in Charlotte. Team USA takes on Brazil, only on Fox.
Sometimes the waves are calling your name. Other times you think the waves are calling your name.
Like 13 laps to go.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Buster gift card.
Ever since he was a baby, he understood. He was born with age pains. Really good. Make it really, really good.
Coming up next on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series rolls into Austin as the best.
See the rubber buildup on the track.
Of the circuit of the Americas, right here on Fox. You ready to make it through events? Very different track type at COTA. Fantastic circuit there. Can't wait to see the guys get back to racing there. Can SVG make it a win on the track that he won at yesterday?
Dale looks pretty good on that, too.
I mean, he's a big good on road and straight, isn't he, SVG? Right, race summary brought to you by Pods after 87 of 100 laps. Alex Palou is our leader. We have had 7 of them. 8 lead changes, 2 quarters.
You know, it's not a surprise that this race is gone.
We have heard that Kirkwood may be marginal on fuel. He may not be able to push as hard as he would like. And that begs the question, can Scott McLaughlin, can Christian Lundgaard get themselves into a fight for those final 2 podium positions?
Well, here's McLaughlin on board the Dex Chevy, and you can see Kyle Kirkwood right in sight now. And McLaughlin's team Penske will be monitoring the radio transmissions to see if they can learn anything. We heard a little radio during the break about Kirkwood and heard them talking about fuel. And it certainly sounds like they've got to hit a number because Scotty Mack stopped 3 laps later than Kyle Kirkwood on the last lap. Kirkwood went for the undercut, committed to it early, James, and it worked on the first round of stops and the second round of stops. They got track position. That's why they're up 13 positions since the start. But it comes at the expense of being able to push at the end. But it's a trade I would take every day of the week, given how it's played out.
11 laps to go. You heard that on board with Kirkwood. He's doing that lift and coast that we were explaining earlier. But what it does to you guys, it does help take care of the brakes a little bit. It helps keep tire chunks down a little bit. It's not a terrible thing to do in the second half of the stint, just to sort of maintain the race car, the tires.
Just to give you an update on push to pass, Kyle Kirkwood 51 seconds remaining. Scott McLaughlin has 80. And Christian Lundgaard 53. So Scotty Mack's in really good shape here, Will.
to press for P2 on the podium. As we head towards the final 10 laps of this race, we've talked a lot about the majority of the guys in the top 10. One driver we haven't really spoken about today is Rinus VeeKay, because he's gone about his business.
Rinus VeeKay in his first year with Gunco's Hollander Racing, running not too bad in that 76 car, 9th place. Last year, the 76 was driven by Connor Daly. Unfortunately, Connor Daly looks like he's going back to part-time status, if not no rides at all. I hope he comes back next year and will ride at some capacity. Who knows?
He still is. He's been in this championship for so long, so highly regarded. Great job from him today, right up there in the top 10.
Hoofddorp, Netherlands. What a name for a city.
For turn one, if you saw that in the cockpit, much like the MotoGP rider, really anticipating with his eyes, because your body and thus the car follow where your eyes look. Rinus VeeKay doing a really terrific job. I know it's hot in there, he's probably very tired, but leading with his eyes on this narrow street circuit, picking up those targets well in advance. That's the sign of a driver.
Yeah, once Palou gets out to a big lead, it's game over unless he runs out of gas or has a mechanical issue. That paint scheme on Rinus VeeKay's car looks like something you would see on a Haas car. What did it say? So I think it says Orion Bio or something. Yeah, this race is no stranger to long green flag runs, and we're seeing that again today, so it's not a surprise.
Anywhere near as much fluid as you are losing through sweat. Drivers can lose 5, 6, 7 pounds over the course of a race distance here at St. Pete and Waterway. Speaking of pounds, I saw you pounding a couple of ice creams after your truck race yesterday when you got to the booth. One ice cream, thank you very much. It was hot gas, man. It was hot in a truck when you got the roof over top of the engine in front, even more. These guys are getting hot on track right now, Will. They most certainly are. That is the fight for the final podium places. That is Carl Kirkwood. That is Scott McLaughlin. Behind them, that is Christian Lundgaard. Kirkwood in the navy and gold car, McLaughlin in the red and white car. We've right off board with now.
Oh, but it looks like Will Power's race. Yep, he's pretty much done. Well, they tried to log in as many laps as they could. But long year, Will Power's got a lot to learn with the new team. Day's been great so far. Hope it can be better.
He knows that Kirkwood's got a number to hit. McLaughlin's looking, and he's saying, go pressure Kirkwood. Force him to try to use more fuel, which hopefully hasn't either run out or just really have to bail out and not put up a fight. But Scott McLaughlin told us before the start of the race today, his eyes are on the championship. It's on execution. And you do that by making great decisions. He's going to wait for a high percentage opportunity if he makes the move. Right now, about applying pressure, but an early lift, as you were saying, Townsend earlier, all about that coast to try and save a bit of fuel, so he'll have it to push. 7 to go here in St. Pete. Second, third,
So
fourth,
see.
20 inches. So to Lundgaard's point, McLaughlin is saving a little bit of fuel. He has 1 lap less on board than the number 7. And I've given Christian Lundgaard on occasion the nickname Lundgaard because the lunge from Lundgaard is so effective. He's one of the best drivers in the series at thrusting into the corner on the brakes and making a pass happen.
McLaughlin's there. Up here we go. To the inside, Kirkwood, and he's going to take it. Here comes Lundgaard. And just like that, Kyle Kirkwood goes from 2nd to 4th in a few corners within the lap. I'm glad they're showing the track map so we can see how far back they actually are.
41 seconds for Lundgaard, but if Lundgaard has more fuel, he's going to have more freedom to use that button. When you're short on fuel, the engineers. As we hear an efficient
is being allowed to use a little bit, but you're not allowed to use a full pull down the straightaway. That's little bursts out of the corners to get a jump, but you cannot afford to burn the fuel that comes with a full pull from turn 14 to turn 1. So he has full push to pass, but because he has that fuel, he can't use it.
Take a look at this pass here from Scott McLaughlin inside of Kyle Kirkwood in turn 10. And now the papaya McLaren of Christian Lundgaard to the outside. High skid tractor right there. He just narrowly gets right back into the groove before hitting the marbles.
Great stuff. Instinctive from McLaughlin, and then just that reaction of pass from Lundgaard to take the advantage, take the position. Beautiful driving from those two.
This is the one I want to see right here. This was a bold move. Gets on the pole, you see the green lights up on the dash, and the turn-in, the commitment. At this point in the race, that is a one lane in a racetrack. And Kyle Kirkwood saved the day there for Lundgaard. Kirkwood could have easily stayed in the throttle as we see McLaughlin going past. But Kirkwood could have forced the issue right here, and if he did, it would have been Lundgaard hard into the outside wall.
Heads up driving, these guys are all thinking
Yeah.
championship at this point. They know that crashing over third is not going to serve you well when we get to the season finale. But look at how quickly they dropped Kirkwood. He is having to save so much fuel.
Yeah, Kirkwood's dropped back 4 seconds, almost 4.5 seconds. 4 to go.
0.9 seconds to the good. Over the Mexican driver is Alex Palou. I mean, what goes through this guy's mind when he has this kind of thing? Does he think about the middle mile mistake? I'm fascinated at the mindset because he delivers these picture-perfect races with these massive leads. It's hard, I think, sometimes to stay focused down the stretch.
He's already thinking about Phoenix. He's already thinking, how can I win 2 in a row to start this season, too?
Yeah. The thing about Phoenix is that Phoenix was came off the schedule long before Alex Palou made his IndyCar debut. So Alex Palou does not have any experience whatsoever at Phoenix. So we'll see how it goes.
He's the most unspectacular driver in the world in terms of the results without the drama. He's a tradition. He's just phenomenal. It's the Alan Prost.
All right. 3 laps to go in the 2026 NTT IndyCar Series season opener at St. Petersburg. No shocker that Alex Palou somehow managed to get to the front via around the pit stops. So why should we all be shocked? But I can't believe he's been the best car all day. Yeah, once he gets out to a huge lead, it's pretty much game over unless he crashes, runs out of gas, or whichever comes first. So, yeah. Well, it's only the first race of the season, so there's that. Meanwhile, the battle for second is still on, and the TV's glitching out. Look how far back Kirkwood is. Coming to 2 laps to go.
He is hoping Zach Brown and Lundgaard himself that this is the year that he can come to the fore and lead that McLaren team to greatness. A twitch from the drop in out the final corner. Will that give Lundgaard his out?
That's what you want to hear. Tim Cindric saying you're good on fuel. Lundgaard has a peak, but not yet. I think it might come on the last lap, Will. But Cindric.
Yeah, I have a feeling Lundgaard's going to make a move.
Use all the gas left in the tank. And another twitch from McLaughlin. 2 to go, and he's feeling the pressure from Lundgaard.
So 10 seconds to the good for this man here. Scott McLaughlin over Lundgaard on push to pass. 37 to 29. They're both going to be pushing the button out of turn 9. They're both going to be pushing the button out of turn 14 as they get the white flag. Lundgaard running out of opportunities.
If a caution comes out with like 4 or 3 laps to go, the race will end under caution, so it won't make much of a difference. Something happened. Something happened back there. All right, white flag, 1 lap to go here at St. Petersburg for Alex Palou. Well, still long. Still, it's only the first race of the season, so I'm not asking for much. The field already knows what the assignment is, so they know what to do.
Because Palou is winning by 13 seconds, almost unheard of the way this race started, and with Palou not starting on the front row, absolute magic around here.
Oh yeah, there's also post-race inspection too, so something can happen there. All right, through the final corners, down the front straightaway. No surprise, Alex Palou is picking up where he left off last season. He wins the 2026 NTT IndyCar Series opener at St. Petersburg. And it looks like Scott McLaughlin's going to hold on for second. Well, better start for the 3 team this year compared to last year. Both the Dale Coyne cars finished in the top 10, so they were top 10 cars from beginning to end, and that's where they finished.
He gets on the radio and says, we're still back. Dude, you never left. Yeah, exactly. Well, Palou is delighted. How happy is his team boss, Kevin Salivani, Chip Ganassi.
Alex Palou is just now starting his 6th season for your team, and he's won 20 races. After a season like last year, what's the approach to try to come back and up?
You know, it's interesting.
Wow.
All the other teams
what a race.
over this off-season, they're working to try to beat us. And, we
hope the Cup Series race will be good. That's for sure.
It's a challenge. You never know how hard they work or how hard you work. And I'm pleased with what we've been able to accomplish in the off-season to maintain some gap here, with the competition.
Congratulations. Alex Palou seems to keep getting better and better for Chip Ganassi.
I still think back to early last season, there was a thermal club, and Chip said you're just scratching the surface of this guy. How deep did we get under the surface last year? Not that deep, apparently. There's still layers and layers to go. You see the first driver since 17-18 to win the first race of the season back-to-back in back-to-back years. And guys, I can't stop thinking about what would have happened had Alex Palou left Chip Ganassi Racing. I was so close to happening. That court case finally settled over the offseason, but he was so nearly a McLaren driver. Would he have brought something to McLaren to make them a championship caliber team? Or, how much of it's him, how much of it's Chip Ganassi? I know it's a team effort, but this is incredible to watch. I guess we'll never know. We'll never know, and that's what makes it exciting.
Think about how he started last year. Through the first 6 races, Alex Palou, first, second, first. Okay, there's room to improve. That's what the team's been saying, and that's what they delivered on today was improvement. Hard to imagine, but they did it.
Alex Palou starts 2026 the way he started 2025. Victory on the street in St. Pete.
Why Chet disconnect?
A phenomenal job. A phenomenal drive from a driver who continues to raise the bar and set new standards. If we thought he was good before, how good will he be this year? Unbelievable. And this, the view that all of his rivals are having to get used to. Never gets old for Alex Palou. His 20th victory in only his 99th race start. Crazy to think he hasn't hit a century of races, and this is the record that he's amassed in that time.
The last driver to win the season opener back-to-back was Sebastian Bourdais, 2017 to 2018.
And tugs all around his 20th career win, as you said, Will, all before 100 starts. He said, we are so 2026 with a bang. Welcome to the 2026 season. How much did you miss this field?
Amazing. Like I cannot really tell you. It's been an amazing off season. Everybody at CGR and Honda have done a tremendous job, and yeah, I don't know what to say. The car was unbelievable today. But like those Firestones were like everlasting. Like they would just keep going. I had an amazing car today, a lot of power. So yeah, cannot thank these guys enough.
Congratulations for Chip Ganassi himself, and well deserved. Almost a 13-second lead there. It's been a long off season. There have been rule changes. The goal was to improve. How did you do it?
This team, it keeps on improving, keeps on making new changes, and they just keep on raising the bar. So it's pretty impressive. Long season in front of us, but what a great way to start the season.
Chip, how impressed are you?
I mean, it's just, obviously it's been an interesting off season on the track and off the track. It's all behind us now, and we're right back to where we want to be.
Congratulations, back to back for Alex Below and Chip Ganassi Racing.
Quite an incredible drive, quite an astonishing day. Deja vu all over again. Alex Below wins on the streets of St. Pete.
Vehicle breakdowns are costly. If your check engine light comes on tomorrow, the repair could easily cost thousands. It was like almost a $6,000 job. But with Endurance, you can never pay out of pocket for a costly repair again. Plus, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
I've had 5 claims for over $12,000.
Who's going to pay for your next car repair? You or Endurance?
Call right now to get $300 off any plan.
Pod's Epic Savings Event has been extended. Now save up to 25% on moving and storage until March 2nd. And see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Whether you're relocating to a new home or renovating your current one, save up to 25%. Pods brings the container to you so you can pack at your own pace. Then we'll take it to your new home or to a secure Pod storage center until you need it, so you don't have to do the driving. Don't wait. Save up to 25% at pods.com.
Well, I'm Gary, and I work for Java House. Gary? Gary's my guy. He delivered our Java House coffee pods and just sort of never left. Oh, hi, Gary. Thanks, man.
My delivery. Since adding Java House, productivity is through the roof. People don't want to go home, which is why I never do. Java House, anyone? It's gonna help you guys change the start a little bit faster. I have a feeling. Yeah, here you go. Java House cold brew coffee. Amazingly smooth. Doug.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
Not a customized car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this.
Wow, Jr. Well, Reese spelled insurance right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. You don't need a shot.
Thanks, Doc. It's Doc are the best. Tuesday, the breakout hit its own new.
These are your parents?
We wanted to find out what you gave it all up for. Only best medicine, Tuesday on Fox.
The NASCAR Cup Series moves into Austin.
Well, we got David there. Bring it out.
Where the best of the best take on the road course at Coda. Coverage begins next on Fox.
We're back. Let's take a look at the moment of the race, sponsored by Pennzoil. And it was this stop, the subsequent exit, and the strategy that took him to the lead. It ultimately gave Alex Below the clean air, allowed him to pull off into the distance, lead for 59 laps.
So it's 59 out of the 100 laps. Yeah, the leaderboard. Does the leaderboard show how many laps he led?
To speak with Jack and the man who came home second today. Started the pole, Scott McLaughlin.
Scotty and Mac, great weekend for you. Pole yesterday, second today. I know you would have liked to win, but overall you've got to be pretty happy with how the season started.
Well, it doesn't show how many laps he led, but he led 59 out of the 100 laps. Well, again, all these drivers haven't won in a long time. They deserve to win these races more than Pelot does. But then again, there's nothing wrong with Pelot dominating. So yeah.
What a drive from 12th to the podium
good question. No, his strategy was good. The car was really good.
So, yep, the 2026 NTT IndyCar Series season opener is officially in the books. Again, it's not a surprise that Alex Palou got to the front and managed to win the race. I mean, well, he won via that pit strategy, so that one stop got him ahead of everyone else. And as they said, he had the clean air he needed to pull away into the sunset, literally. Well, I hope, well, it's only the first race of the season. And I hope I hope the rest of the field will find a way to get around him one way or the other. I don't want Alex Palou to get crashed or anything, but or get lose races and shit. But you kind of get the idea of how it goes. So yeah, again, Palou, this is his 20th career win in his 99th start. Just man, I can't believe he's almost at 100 starts already. Man, 6 years flew by really quick. Again, don't hate. I have no hate towards Alex Palou. It's just that I just feel that there's some drivers out there who are more deserving of winning these races more than he does. But then again, there's nothing wrong with domination, that's for sure. We're going to Phoenix next weekend. Alex Palou, he does have oval experience, but not experience at Phoenix because Phoenix was removed from the schedule before Alex Palou made his first IndyCar start. So let's see how he favors there. And also, this will be their first time racing on the new configuration with the start finish line where it's at. So let's see how the IndyCar drivers favor Phoenix next week. So yeah. So with that said, I'll see y'all later for the Cup race at Coda in about an hour or so. Less than an hour, I should say. And with that, I will see y'all next time. All right, everyone. That will do it for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been Chase Fan number 9 here. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure to give my videos a like and hit the bell for notifications. And with that, actually, you know what? Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. But in case you decide to join, I'll be here, of course. Anyways, I forgot to do this. Take a look at the results. Palou wins. McLaughlin, Christian Lundgaard round up the podium. Not a bad start for McLaren this year. Joseph Newgarden off to a good start. 7th place is not bad. Good race great race for the DL Coin teammates of Grosjean and Hager. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on them the rest of the season. Rosenquist, he was running that Tom Petty scheme. He finished 12th. David Malukas 13th in his first start with Penske. Cal Collette finishes 17th. Ray Hall 18th. Nolan Siegel. I swear, Nolan Siegel's like the weakest link of all the McLarens. They might want to change that. Anyways, and here's all the drivers that had misfortunes during the race, but that's just how it is. So I'm not gonna complain too much about it. The race overall, average St. Petersburg race. I was hoping it'd be a lot better. I wish they would change the aero package so we could see a little bit more passing because it feels like there just isn't enough. So, yeah. Anyways, I had to go over the results, talk about the race for a bit. Sorry if I drag on too long. Anyways, I will see you all for the Cup race at Coda if anyone wants to join. Obviously, I know people have things to do, but I'll be there. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all then. Until then, have a good one. Have a good rest of your day. All right. Bye, everyone. Peace out.